Show!
Cumberbatch!
Going long and strong into the Doctor Strange trailer.
On today's Fat Man on Batman. Welcome to Fat Man on Batman. I'm Kevin Smith.
I'm Marc Bernardin.
And we're looking at you through the eye of Agamotto, bitch. Because it's time to talk Strange. This week, man, plethora of good shit happened. Just went, what is it, CinemaCon is going on?
CinemaCon.
CinemaCon is going on. At CinemaCon, Warner Brothers announced that the Batman standalone movie is a real thing and happening with Ben in it and Ben directing it and stuff. And so for like a good 6 hours, 8 hours, the press cycle was all about that. And you were like, good for Warner Brothers, good for DC, man.
The thing.
They got something going on and like some traction and shit like that. I think it's on purpose, dude. Like Marvel, the moment like there's a little joy over at Warner Brothers, Marvel's like, release the new trailer. Steal all the goodwill. It's crazy. They did like, they released the poster for Doctor Strange. And then they released the trailer. There's two posters. There's one, which is fucking gorgeous.
I know. It looks like a Sienkiewicz drawing.
And it's not even, it does look like a Sienkiewicz drawing.
Yeah.
Excellent fucking pull. And it's not even like oh yeah, here's a fucking poster with some superheroes on. It's Benedict Cumberbatch, who's like one of the most beloved fucking human beings on the planet. So people are gonna pay attention to it. And if that wasn't enough, then they were like, here's a fucking trailer.
I sort of liken now the DC Marvel relationship like the big dog and the little dog from those Warner Brothers cartoons. You're like, hey Spike, how you doing, Spike? What are you gonna do today, Spike? What are we gonna do? Shut up, kid, you bother me.
I like my friend Spike because he's so big and strong. Yeah, man, it's like they won't give him a minute, dude. They just like and it doesn't go the other way if you've noticed this.
Oh yeah.
Like DC doesn't go like, let's shove it up their asses or anything like that.
Here's what we got.
It's Marvel, and it's kind of classic Marvel. Like it echoes as much as these movies echo stories that we loved in our childhood. This type of behavior of poking and fucking stealing thunder and like being louder and prouder goes so far back to the Mary Marvel Marching Society.
Yeah, when they were like on opposite sides of New York.
And they called them DC our distinguished competition. It's all reminiscent of that, which is like, it's not shit that hurts DC or Warner Brothers one iota, but it is a real like fucking nipple twist that every time they get a little heat, they're like, let's put it out with the blanket of Doctor Strange.
Hey, you guys announced a date for your thing? Here's Daredevil season 2. Yeah. Hey, you guys do this? Hey, guess what's coming in? Oh, fuck. Oh, really? God damn it. Okay.
Do you think it's intentional? It's got to be intentional.
There's no way.
That's no accident.
No, giant corporations don't do things like that by accident.
It's nuts. So then that means like somebody somewhere, probably Kevin Feige or somebody like that, like sitting there going, release the hounds.
Yeah, just
taking it real seriously. I don't know, man. I kind of like it.
Sharks with lasers on their heads.
It's amusing. It's an amusing side story to the wonderful stories that they keep bringing us. But in any event, Marvel just stole the week.
Yes.
And this is week 3 of Batman v Superman. Marvel's like came out with, first we're going to show the movie early to people. Some people right at this table.
We'll talk about it a little bit later, but yeah, I've seen the Civil War.
Okay, so they had that going on. They released the posters for Doctor Strange, then the trailer for Doctor Strange. Now they're releasing scenes as well of Civil War online. And this movie comes out when?
May 6th. So like 3 weeks from now.
So still 3 weeks. Like this, it's boy, they have dominated the news cycle.
Yeah, and part of it is because they're proud of the movie. Like it is a thing to see when a studio is not afraid to show people their movie. Because like, fuck it, come see it. We don't care. We'll show it to you.
Don't spoil it, but you saw Civil War. Just
I did.
Give them a solo. Just give them a single camera. Give them you're a writer. 7-word review.
7-word review.
Don't count on your fingers.
It's like asking me to say the alphabet without singing the song.
No, I want you to walk backwards and I want you to do this as well. No, you can count.
All right. Everything you ever wanted in a movie.
Holy shit! Number 1, well done. But number 2, that's high praise.
Listen, it is I think the best Marvel movie they've made.
Oh my God. Fucking put that on a poster. Jesus Christ, that's high praise. All right, so we're going to get to it. That's another episode.
Yeah, you come back later for that.
Yeah.
You know you're gonna
right now, though, we're going to just... It's going to get strange up in here. As we've been saying for the last, 10 fucking minutes. Marvel released a Doctor Strange trailer, as well as the posters. And boy, oh boy, it was... amazing to see. I'm not going to say this trailer changed my life like the Rogue One trailer was a religious experience, but this trailer was more sentimental experience for me because I was like, there's the accident, there's him with his hands
doing
fucked up,
the jazz hands,
the
injury jazz hands,
because that anybody knows the story of Stephen Strange, a brilliant young surgeon, arrogant as well, if I remember
also
correctly.
a dick,
something of a dick. He gets into this accident, his hands are fucking useless, so he can't do surgery anymore. So everything he thought he was is fucking gone. And that's when the Ancient One finds him, or he goes walking or looking for him.
I think he goes on walkabout in that way.
As you do.
As you do if you're like a white rich guy in comic books. Like, you know what I need to do to find myself? Climb a mountain in Asia.
Or a rich white lady with no hair. As in...
Tilda Swinton.
Tilda Swinton just killing it, dude. And... I guess nobody knew she was going to be bald, but I assumed she would be.
Yeah, I mean, although it's Tilda, she could not be bald and still look just as alien and weird.
Yeah, she's such a good actress, and she does she could pull off. What do they call that? Gender neutral?
Oh yeah, androgyny.
Androgyny.
Yes.
It's a Bowie thing.
Like her Gabriel, I think she played in Constantine, was great.
So that technically makes her one who walks between two worlds.
Indeed she does.
Because she was in a DC film, technically, and now she's in a Marvel film.
Yes.
We got to keep a separate list of those who walk between two worlds. There's only so far that I could think of about 10. Maybe less. I'm going to say 5.
Probably. I mean, Chris Evans, I think, is the king of doing that.
Excellent. No, because he walks in the same world.
Well, he was in
Marvel
Scott
characters.
Pilgrim, but he was also Scott Pilgrim.
Ooh, points, as Hardwick would say. Points. Good fucking pull. That does make him two.
Yeah, he's got two worlds.
I think of the two worlds as Marvel and DC, but technically you're right, man. He came from, that's an Oni book.
That's an Oni book, so indie book.
But I wouldn't call him the king.
No, Reynolds
may be the king because he walked between a flat-out DC property, one of the big ones, Green Lantern. And then now is forever ensconced as Deadpool.
And was also in R.I.P.D., which was a Dark Horse book.
Oh my God. Fuck, I never want to be on a game show against you. You know everything.
If there is a nerd game show that rewards dumbass arcane trivia, then come at me, bro.
This has got to be it. We should create it and then win it ourselves.
It's like, did you rig this?
So is this payola?
A little bit.
Let's look at who else.
My twins need shoes.
Chiwetel, spell Chiwetel.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Who goes by Chewy, which is the most adorable thing ever.
In real life?
Yeah.
The fuck out of here.
Yes.
So all his buddies call him Chewy?
Chewy.
There he is.
Look at that fucking guy.
That's really fucking cute. I didn't know that, man. That makes it easy on people too.
Right? Chewy.
And also fun. Because Chewy's your friend, right?
You want to invite him to a birthday party. So
totally.
Come on, Chewy.
Chewy's a good guy. Chewy will fucking shoot somebody who kills his friend. That's what Chewy is. Now, he's playing Baron Mordo, who is not a good guy in the comics, correct?
Yeah, I think they were training together, right? Matt Key will tell us these things.
They
were both disciples at the same time.
Our show producer, is a massive Doctor Strange fan.
He went. You tell him. He'll tell. Come on up here.
Come up to the mic. Step up to the mic.
Tell him your story. Tell him your Jimmy Kimmel story.
I went to Jimmy Kimmel just to see the trailer.
Get at it. You knew it was going to be playing. Stay on him the whole time.
Yeah.
You knew it was going to single.
Yeah.
Single.
No, I went to.
You don't have to hide. Mark's like, let me get out of here.
Yeah, I went to Jimmy Kimmel just to see the trailer because I
How'd you know it was going to be on?
I mean, they announced it last week. They announced it maybe even a couple weeks ago, and I have.
So you were there in the room.
Yeah.
And who presented it?
Jimmy Kimmel.
Cumberbatch wasn't there?
Cumberbatch, I think, was supposed to be on it, but then he couldn't make it last minute, so they had a video of him, and they had a big screen of him, massive, and he talked to Jimmy. I think it was probably a recording, but he announced it. Jimmy Kimmel made some jokes about him being a magician, and then they showed the trailer, and I wanted to leave because I was having to keep back tears.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on, that's from a true fan.
Yeah.
Now, what is the backstory? They trained together?
So the story is that Doctor Strange, looking to heal his hands, discovers the Ancient One, and when he gets into the Ancient One's temple, see some things that he doesn't like understand, but he also still doesn't believe in it. So he's like, no, screw you guys, this isn't real magic. But then Baron Mordo he's kind of a student, but he's more like a teacher in the Ancient One's school, and already a very powerful sorcerer in his own right. And he believes that he's next in line to be the Ancient One. He knows the Ancient One is on his way out, and Doctor Strange comes across him. I want to say, I don't think he's talking to Dormammu, but he's summoning like some really ancient, awful magic to kill the Ancient One. Doctor Strange discovers it. Baron Mordo hexes him with like a lock that only Baron Mordo can see on his mouth, and Doctor Strange, that's the first experience Doctor Strange really has with magic, is now I can't talk and I don't know why. My mouth has been like locked by an astral like lock and I can't talk. Ancient One sees through the magic, heals him, knows what Baron Mordo's up to, and kicks him out. That's Strange Tales 111 and 112, I think.
How close do you think they'll hone?
Oh, they're not going to do that in this. Like, I think Baron
they're
Mordo,
going to be friends for a while?
I think here's my theory. They're going to be friends in the movie. Then the Ancient One is going to be on her way out. And Doctor Strange will end up becoming the Sorcerer Supreme, and that will be the split between the two of them. I think it's going to be like an actual really emotional, like...
So it's like Thor.
Come back in.
Yes.
Come on over here.
Yeah.
So it's like Thor when Loki and Thor are like best buddies, and they were the twin princes of Asgard. And then Loki feels he should have the throne and doesn't get it, and then the love of the father being split amongst the sons is what fractures that relationship.
Yeah.
So I play with similar themes in these movies quite a bit.
Yeah.
And there's like a bit of like just the same way there was a bit of Iron Man to Ant-Man. There seems to be a bit of Iron Man to this, in as much as
the hubris of like wealth and privilege being.
And
sort of brought
now
along.
I'm going to reinvent myself. I mean, an origin story, as we call them, but like very close to the mold that they've made themselves. I think it looks pretty sweet.
Yeah. So I think at the end of that movie, he will split off, and then I think the sequel will be something like the Eternity Saga or something like that. That's one of the bigger graphic novel stories.
Who do you think Mads Mikkelsen is playing?
Ooh, I've got two theories.
Get prepared.
No, I've
single bullet theory, and then I've got the conspiracy theory.
I think he's one of two. I think he's either a guy named Dr. Charles Benton, who was an associate of Dr. Strange's at the hospital when he was a doctor. And he was actually a very charitable guy. He ran a charity. He went to Doctor Strange for money. It was like, hey man, donate to my charity. And Doctor Strange was like, you can go fuck yourself. This is my money. Get the hell out. And then they both discovered the occult on their own at separate times. And
who did he become?
He goes on to become a priest of the Sons of Satanish, named Asmodeus.
Okay.
You know when Doctor Strange has his mask?
Yeah.
That's from Asmodeus.
Okay.
So Asmodeus casts him into, I think, the Dark Dimension or the Dream Dimension, and then takes over Doctor Strange's body. And Doctor Strange can't leave the dimension unless he like takes on another likeness. So he basically erases his face because Dr. Charles Benton or Asmodeus has already stolen it.
Okay, so long story short, we think that's Asmodeus, or there's another
Kalu. Kalu is a wizard. So there was a Dumbledore, and then there was who was his friend who like had the death stick. Remember those two guys? Like it was the backstory. So basically, the Ancient One has that same story with this guy named Kalu. The Ancient One, I believe, his original name was Yao. Like 500-600 years ago, he and this guy Kalu were best friends. Kalu gets corrupted by a book called The Darkhold, which is like the most evil book in the world.
Okay.
And he goes on to like enslave an entire like town until the Ancient One kicks him out. So I think it's one of the two of them.
Like high school D&D flashback right now. Just like Asmodeus, books of evils, sword,
Kalu!
binding spells.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I think it's one of the two of them because
Not Dormammu. You don't think he's Dormammu?
I don't think he's Dormammu, but I do think it's possible that either one of them are summoning him, because that's what happens in the Eternity Saga.
Go to a two-shot. Throwing up the horns for the summoning of Dormammu.
Because they've got to introduce him in this movie for the sequel, because we know there's going to be a sequel. So I feel like they've got to introduce him in this movie. I think Asmodeus makes sense to me because instead of like being the Sons of Satanish, they could be like the Sons of Dormammu.
Right.
And he's summoning Dormammu into himself. That's what Baron Mordo does in the Eternity Saga. So they could steal that exact same thing, give Dr. Charles Benton that power,
So now explain to me as a somewhat Doctor Strange layman.
Get more on mic because that's
Doctor Strange layman here. What does Strange have to do at some point with Infinity Stones? Because if you're introducing Doctor Strange to this movie now, he's got to play a role in the Infinity War 1
Soul,
and
isn't
2.
there a soul gem or spirit gem?
The 2 gems that are left are the soul gem and the time
so
gem.
he would have the fucking soul gem, wouldn't he?
That's what I think, but all the rumors are saying time gem because apparently this movie has an element of time travel in it.
Really?
Yeah.
See how excited I got?
Yeah.
Have they done that in the Marvel Universe yet?
Time travel?
No, I don't think so. I mean, they've dealt like with flashbacks and stuff like that, but that's the rumor. I don't know if it's true or not, but like there's been a rumor that the time stone that it will have something to do with that and some of the
then
power
who would
that
have,
he has.
if they had the time stone, then who has the...
Dude, I'm
no more movies, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's Thor, there's
Black Panther.
yeah, and Black Panther's apparently got a big role for the Infinity War, like a big role in setting up the movies.
Did he have a big role in Civil War as well?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. As much as we can.
Yeah, as much as we can.
But
Spoilers and stuff.
But in Infinity Gauntlet, Doctor Strange played a big role in like getting all of the heroes to the side of the universe where Thanos was, and he kind of kept Thanos from approaching the Earth with his magics.
Okay.
So
he might be. They could. I mean, you can fucking pull Cumberbatch into a green screen and be like, just do this shit for 5 minutes. We'll fuck around with it.
If you've got the memes of him like barely jumping in Manhattan, just
Did you see the meme that someone had of him like playing hopscotch and like dancing and stuff? Oh,
Did you see the pictures? We were away when the pictures went up there of him fucking
Jim Hanley's universe?
shopping in the comic book service. Jim Hanley's universe he went to?
Is that where it was?
Yeah, in Manhattan.
And he bought Doctor Strange books
He bought the Oath.
as fucking Doctor Strange. It was a
is so
costume.
great.
It's very classic.
By the way, if you're looking for a book to read, The Oath is a great place to start.
The Oath?
Brian K. Vaughan, yeah.
Marcos Martin.
Yeah, it's a
Is
really
that in
simple
continuity?
book. Yeah, for the most part, it's like a 2008, 2009 book where it starts off with Doctor Strange being shot and then having to operate on himself with his astral form. He goes to the night nurse, then he has to save Wong. Turns out Wong has, I think, brain cancer or something like that. It's a really solid book.
So do we think that Rachel McAdams is playing the night nurse?
I think she's playing one of the 3. I know there's 3 of them.
And
Claire
is
Temple
one of them on Daredevil on the Netflix shows.
And then there's 2 more. I think one of them is actually named Linda Evans. I think she might be that one. I can't remember the third
From
one.
Dallas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But there were 3 of them. That was Stan Lee, like, women want to read comics. Let's give them nurses. And he
That's
created
how
the
they
night
got
nurse.
3
yeah.
night nurses. What else do we see in that trailer? Fill in. Anybody?
Well, I mean, it's very
All right,
Inception.
we're good. Step off. Everyone say goodbye to Matt.
Right away. Bye,
Take
Matt.
your
Thanks, Matt. For pretending to be me for a second.
Sorry.
He's been gone so long. Give him a goddamn single. Single.
Hi, guys. How are you?
What did you like about it? What did you see that what you were like?
I mean, it's sort of like it's a teaser. It's very much a teaser, and then they're not giving you any story. They're not giving you any like we're not unzipping our pants just yet.
they give you enough story in as much as like this boy got hurt. Now he's magic.
Right? Like you give save thousands of people, now you can save the world. I get that, but it's
You
also,
can look at that trailer. Uninitiated could look at that trailer and be like, that boy lived. Now he's magic. That's the boy that lived. This is a Harry Potter movie.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I'm pretty sure this is a Potter movie. But it's also very Inception. It's very like the
visuals.
world's folding on itself. Even the music at the end of the trailer. Like it's very much. If you like Christopher Nolan,
Is that what it
movies-
is? That shot is a shot of the world folding in on itself?
Yeah, and I think there's a little baby Doctor Strange falling between them.
Really?
Yeah, like right there.
Oh, that's badass. The director is Scott Derrickson.
Yeah.
He was on an episode of Smoothie Makers a couple years ago. Lovely fucking dude.
Didn't he do like Sinister or The Conjuring or one of those
He
things?
did Sinister, and he also did
Exorcism of Emily Rose, I think.
Exorcism Emily Rose was his breakout, and then he did the was it War of the Worlds with Keanu Reeves? Not War of the Worlds. The Day the Earth Stood Still. So he's made like a big movie before, and then he went and did Sinister. It was small, and I think the sequel, and they both made money and stuff.
Yeah, the Blumhouse
but
things.
I think when I was talking to him, I think they were this. I don't even know if this was in the offing, but he was a really fucking smart guy, good dude, man. All pure film, like loves film and shit. This looks like.
Yeah.
And he made him. This is not to say he's made some fine films, great looking movies, way better than shit I make. But this looks like a quantum leap forward.
Yeah, and it looks assured.
This is yes, very assured, very much like I'm fucking here to play, man. Like in the same way that, what's this homeboy who did Guardians of the Galaxy?
Oh, James Gunn.
Yeah, like James Gunn's stuff was always fucking watchable, always fun, always like uniquely his. But when you saw Guardians of the Galaxy, like, Jesus Christ, this guy pulled out every fucking stop and every trick.
Yeah.
Like, he's showing off what he could fucking do in a big bad way. Same thing here with Derrickson, man. I was happy to see that. I was excited about this movie to begin with, but I got very excited by the trailer, particularly last 10 seconds where he walks up the stairs and he's fucking got the cape and you see the window and shit.
So good.
Marvel Magic, there it is. Look at that.
Look
Come
at
on,
it,
dude. That's the money shot. Patang. And you know, they better not hold that till the end of the movie. That better not be the last shot of the movie.
Fuck you, Doctor Strange.
You better get that keep. No, I've seen him running in because they're shooting in New York, I guess, or wherever they're shooting. Like they're out in public, so people are taking pictures like crazy. I saw a shot of him and Chewie running in the street wearing their capes.
Yeah.
Which looks weird when it's not in a movie. When it's just a still, you're like, that's strange. Yeah,
Taxi
man.
cabs and like, it's just a guy trying to get a cab.
Get in the car, buddy. Uber. That's what they be yelling.
Magic cabs.
This is Marvel doing magic,
Yeah.
and it's new. This is phase 3 or 4. What
This
it?
is 3. This will be 3.
Magic.
Yeah. We get Magic. We get T'Challa. We get Captain Marvel. Or is she 4?
No, she's phase 3.
She's 3.
They don't know what they're doing with phase 4 yet.
Yeah.
Phase 4 they haven't talked
Phase
about.
4 hasn't even.
That's after the Infinity War stuff.
Okay, so we're in phase 3. Damn exciting stuff. Damned exciting stuff. Well, there it is, man.
Yes.
Doctor Strange trailer, kids.
Stranging it up.
Go peep it out if you haven't seen it. Come on, like you haven't watched it yet.
Come on, you guys.
Don't be silly. That's all the time we got for this episode. I was almost going to say week episode. This episode. Come back next episode, and we're going to talk about the Suicide Squad trailer,
Yes.
which. I liked it.
Is that like defenestration happening, or are these like guts spilling out? No, it's the other thing.
I liked it. There it is. Come back next episode.
Yes.
I've been Kevin Smith.
And Marc Bernardin.
Come see us here in the Fat Cave again next time. Same fat time. Same fat channel, smodcast.com or
YouTube.com/Kevin Smith.
Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith. Thanks for watching. Do me a favor, click that thing below that says subscribe. Every time you click that, you save a baby kitten from murder.